We begin our curriculum with rolls and break falls. In more traditional styles of Hapkido, those break falls and rolls are emphasized a lot, and you need to do thousands and thousands of repetition. Combat Hapkido is a more modern style of Hapkido, and we do not emphasize the kind of acrobatic rolling and tumbling as other styles. However, you need to learn a few to learn how to fall properly without injury. Next, we go to your kicking requirements for this belt level. The first one is the most basic kick used by all different martial arts in the world, and one of the most useful in self-defense is the front kick. Unlike traditional styles, we keep our kicks basically below the solar plexus. We prefer low-line kicking, which is more practical for self-defense. The front kick can be performed from the front leg or from the back leg. We're going to demonstrate both. So let's start with the front leg first. Front kick, front leg. We direct this kick usually to the shin area, the knee area, the thigh, the groin, the lower abdomen. All these targets are good. Switch around, Pedro, for me. And use their leg while I use this leg so they can see better. Groin shot, for instance. Thigh shot. Okay, lower into the shin. Okay, now from the back leg, we're going to switch position for you and show you from the back leg. Same thing. Groin shot. Maybe abdomen chest shot here. Thigh shot. We snap our kicks. They are fast and devastating. Bam. Okay, and that's your front kick. The second kick we're going to present to you is the side kick. Also very good for close quarter fighting. And again, we don't shoot it to the head or to the upper chest area. We try to keep it from the midsection down. Side kick again can be done from the front leg or the back leg. We're going to do the front leg first. From here, pick up the knee and shoot the kick out. Knee, thigh area or groin, midsection. Okay, from the back leg, same thing, you just got to pivot the hip a little bit more. Midsection, upper thigh area, groin, lower kick into the knees and shin. And that's your side kick. The third kick required at this belt level is your back kick. Back kick is very easy to perform, usually used for someone attacking you, grabbing you, chasing you from behind, obviously. In this case, what you're going to do, you're going to crouch your body a little bit, keep your hands up, your elbows in, protect your head, and for better balance, lean forward. Pick up your leg with the knee bent here and shoot straight out into your target. It helps, of course, if you turn your head over your shoulder a little bit and you look at your target. Okay, but don't turn it into a side kick. In that case, you turn the whole hip. This one you don't. You don't turn your hip. You're shooting straight out this way. 1, 2. Can be a little lower, a little higher. 1, 2. And that's your back kick. Very simple and easy to perform and very useful in self-defense. The next category for your curriculum requirement is the area of punches. We separate punches from strikes, although they are all strikes, of course. But we keep punches separate so you can learn them as a separate category. The first one that we do is called the vertical punch. Now, in martial arts term, this can be considered a front punch. The difference is that we, in our style of Combat Hapkido, do not twist the arm upon making contact in the wrist into the target. We punch with this vertical fist this way. In boxing term, when you do it from the lead hand this way, it's called the jab. Jab is fast and devastating, and we will demonstrate a few for you. Lower your arms a little bit so they can see a little bit better. We will demonstrate a few going back and forth. Okay, it can also be done to the body, not just to the face. And that's your vertical fist or a jab in boxing terms. Of course, when you do the vertical fist with the backhand here, okay, which in martial arts terms is called a reverse punch, we call that now a cross, okay, in boxing terms. So same punch here coming from the back hand will be a cross or a reverse punch, but still keep the fist vertical. We'll demonstrate a couple for you. And again, this one can also be done into the body of the person, into the ribs, the solar plexus, the sternum. Okay, so that is your jab and cross, vertical punch. The second punch we're going to present is the hammer fist punch, very common to most martial arts. Hammer fist punch can be horizontal or vertical. Okay, the horizontal is coming this way. Different areas, let's turn around for a second so you can see the different areas of the body. If I strike this way, okay, this is a hammer fist punch. Don't confuse it with a back fist punch, will be next. This will be your hammer fist punch, horizontal. Into the body, for instance, a shot this way. That's your hammer fist horizontal. Now, if you want to do a vertical, usually is used top of the head, nose, collarbones. The clavicle here, the collarbone. Excellent shot for that. Okay, how can it be done? On a joint. You have him on a joint lock, you strike in this way. This is your hammer fist. And that's your second punching requirement. The third one is the back fist punch. Again, very common to most martial arts. This time you're using this surface of the hand instead of this one. This one here, back of the knuckles here. This is your big back fist punch, right here. It can be done left or right, of course. It can be done from the lead hand or the cross, the reverse. Either way, again, excellent most of the time for the head. Sometime, of course, into parts of the body also. And that's your back fist punch. Very fast, very devastating. Okay, can be done at very close range with a person like this after a trapping technique. Here, pah, very devastating. And that's your back fist punch. The next area we're going to approach is the areas of breakaways. Some styles call them escapes, releases, doesn't matter. This is when someone grabs you, usually by the wrist, this way. What the opponent expects you to do is you try to free yourself by jerking out, by trying to run out this way. You're not going to do that. You're going to do quite the opposite. But first, pay attention to a couple of details here. Number one, instead of keeping your fist tight or your hand this way loose, open up, spread up your bone structure, opening up your fingers wide. We call that live hand. Second thing you do, lower your center of gravity a little bit by bending your knees, rooting yourself to the ground. And then, like I said before, instead of trying to jerk out of the grab, do quite the opposite. Push into him a little bit by using your elbow, going this way, making it uncomfortable for him to hold. And then your escape this time is going to be running out with this leg and this hand all at the same time and coming out this way. Okay? The combined action that you're doing here, the combined action plus the twist of your hip out is going to create enough energy to remove you from this and the grip simultaneously. I'll show it to you one more time. He grabs me and I'm out of the grab. So remember this key point. Live hands, root yourself and push into the person a little bit. That's your first breakaway. The second breakaway in your requirements involve a change. The first one was basically based on circular energy this way. This one here is also in circular energy, but on a different kind of circle. Let me show it to you. Same as applies as before. Live hand, root yourself. This time you're going to come around this way. Make sure your thumb is on the outside of his wrist. This is a very important detail right here. Okay, so what you're going to do, just turn your hand with the palm out and push out. You're taking advantage of the fact that the thumb is the weakest link in this chain here. So you're going to push into the thumb. Here, as you can see, you have his thumb. You're pushing against the thumb and you're breaking out. Let me show it to you one time dynamically. Here, one. And then, of course, you can follow up with a strike or just go away. That's your second breakaway. Your next breakaway will involve a new element, which will be the element of striking as you're breaking away. In other words, it's an assisted breakaway. You're going to assist your breakaway with the other hand. Now, someone grabs you this way, you want to simply break away, not necessarily going to joint locking or grappling or anything like that. You line up, is radial nerve here, which is the nerve that runs here from the forearm into the thumb there. You line up this radial nerve here, live hand for yourself like before, lower your center of gravity, prepare your shot here. You're going to use the bottom part of your own hand here to strike him in the radial nerve. At the same time as you strike, what you have to do is pretend like there is someone behind you that you want to elbow strike in the back. So you're going to do two movements, 1 and 2 at the same time. So this is what it's going to look like here. And now you're breaking away. You can continue with the strike, you can run away, you can get into different kind of situations. One more time. He grabs you, lower your center of gravity, always stay protected here in case he tries to hit you or something. If you need to do a quick distraction, you can do it. And then simply chop at a diagonal angle right into his radial nerve, right here, while pulling the other arm out in a very forceful way. One more time. Here is your third breakaway. The next breakaway is very similar to the one we just did. However, there is a difference in the strike. You're still going to open your hand, okay, in the live hand fashion. This time, instead of striking the radial nerve at an angle with your open hand, you're going to turn his hand up a little bit this way. Okay? So you expose the bone structure at the back of his hand. And this time what you're going to use, it's a fist. It's a hammer fist right into the bone structure of his hand. The same movement as before, however, as you pulling out with your arm. So this time, from here, 1, 2, pulling out. I did it very slowly to show you the detail. One more time, still slowly. Watch. Here, coming out. See how I'm turning here? Strike the bone structure very forcefully and at the same time pull out. One time dynamically, so you see it a little bit better. Here, bam. And then follow up back fist or any other technique or simply walk away. The next area that we're going to get into is the area of same side wrist grabs. Let me explain what that means. When someone grabs you this way, in other words, his right grabs my left, in our Combat Hapkido lingo, we call this the same side because it's the same side of the body. Now, if his right hand will grab my right wrist, we call this cross grabs because they cross in the body. So you understand the terminology that it's important to refer to. So in the first one, okay, you must understand that the same principle applies as what we did in the breakaways. The hand has to come live hand, spread out your bone structure. Second thing to understand, that most joint locks based on the wrist manipulation will not work unless you distract the person first. What that accomplishes is loosen up his grip, confuse him for a second, stun him, possibly hurt him, and prevent him from delivering maybe the technique that was intended to begin with. Okay, so important from here, hand distraction or a low line kick. Either will work, the choice is yours. Let's start with number 1. From here, I'm going to do it very slowly so you can see all the details. I will spread my hand at the same time as I'm delivering my distraction strike, which can be a kick or a hand strike. I'll bring my hand up with the palm facing me, this way, in this fashion. Keep your elbow close to your body. Don't do one of these things here because it's not going to work. Elbow close to the body this way. Bring the other hand underneath. Grab his thumb and put pressure on the back of the hand this way. Begin to torque right away. Then bring your other hand in top for reinforcement. Don't keep your elbow up this way. Close it down right away. Take him to the ground. Once he hit the ground, there is many finishes that you can do. In this case, we're going to pull his arms straight up along the same line of his spine. Put your knee up on the tricep and finish working the face if that's what you want to do. We'll show it to you one more time. A little more dynamically. Here, distraction, bring the hand up, turn, take him down, lock in here, finish on the face. And that is your first same side defense against same side wrist grab. The second defense against the same side wrist grab for your belt level Involves the same type of movement. We begin the same way. We lower our center of gravity. We protect ourselves. We make it in alive hands. There is several elements here that you have to follow every time. It sounds complicated, but once you start practicing, this will come very natural to you. You do your distraction first again, choosing which weapon you want to use. Bring the hand up, the same as before, elbow close to you. Reach, grab the thumb. Now this time, instead of bringing your hand here and stepping back to take him to the ground, you're going to do quite different. You're going to bring your knife hand this way behind, above his knuckles, here, push in and step forward to take him down in a different direction. And here, step with him. Then insert your foot under his arm, lock his elbow with your knee, and apply pressure while twisting. Very, very painful. You can dislocate the elbow very easily. Let me show it to you one more time. Again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Now another time. Now, sometimes I don't do the distraction here to save time. You know that it has to be done every time. I don't need to repeat it all the time. Watch. Here, your distraction here. 1. Bring this hand here like you're chopping forward. Above his neck. Step. Take a powerful step across. Down it goes. Insert your foot here. Lock the elbow and keep on twisting the hand here. You can dislocate both the wrist and the elbow. Okay. And that's your second defense in your requirements. And that concludes tape number 1 in the Combat Hapkido curriculum video series. Obviously, these are minimal requirements. Your instructor in your school may choose to add some other techniques that he likes, that he has, to the general curriculum. But this is the basic curriculum that you need to know. So this tape brought you to yellow belt. The next videotape will bring you from yellow to orange, and we'll see you then.